Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, we're playing some CC. We are playing more Jarl. Jarl has been on the agenda. I've been enjoying playing the deck. It's been a lot of fun to play. I recapped the ProQuest yesterday where I played Jarl and I didn't do too well. I went 2 and 3 playing Jarl, but I still have high hopes for the deck. I definitely think it is like more of a specific meta targeting style deck, but we're gonna play it tonight. And we're gonna keep grinding away. Now, the last time we played Fatigue Yarl on stream, I think we played 3 total games. We're aiming for 4 tonight. We're aiming for 4 tonight. Before we jump in, you may notice that I'm wearing a shirt that looks just a little bit different than normal. Carly bought this shirt for me while she was in Orlando this past weekend. She went to Epcot and had like some extra time at night while she was hanging out. So she bought this shirt for me, and it is I think she called them the three caballeros. I think is what she called them. But anyway, I really like this shirt. It's very soft. It's very comfortable. She actually bought me a shirt while she was in Mario World as well, which I will be displaying Saturday at the ProQuest that I'm going to. So I'm very excited for the ProQuest. For anybody who missed yesterday's stream, I am playing Aurora and LL. I actually think there's something there. I feel like I was on Cope at first, but I've been working through the list and I've been testing, and it really feels like there is something with the list and the way it's set up. So we're going to be continuing to work on Aurora, but tonight we're playing Jarl. We're prepping for CC. Let's see how it goes. Hal, Tom, Brock, Monster, Derek, Finn, Jay, Nick, Trent, Foxy. All right, cool. I think I got everybody. Los Caballeros. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Carly called it something like that. I remember her saying something like apparently it's like a really old cartoon. You're telling me Carly was in Florida and you didn't tell Ashley and I? Dog, I told you she was going to be in Orlando. I told you the other day when we were all hanging out in voice testing the other day, dog. I 100% told you that. She went to Mario World a week after we did. That's so funny. Hey, Dave, what's up, buddy? LL is a Starvo plus Runeblade format, so picking Runeblade is a good idea. I'm also picking Runeblade that I think has natural counterplay into other Runeblades. So I don't know. We'll see how the ProQuest goes this weekend. But yeah. Looks like RSVLT. I have no idea what that means. I knew if only I knew some good players that I could test with, right? Right, Nick? If only, right? If only. Sage is really interesting. I hope they print Blaze in Sage. I think that would be positive for the format. I think it'd be good for everybody who's interested in the format. I don't know. I'm holding my head up high that they are going to do some really cool stuff with Sage. It looks like it's going to be really cool. Oh, if it was on Saturday, no, you didn't. I wasn't hanging out that day. I don't remember what day it was, but I told you guys that she was going to Florida. I know I told you, dog, because I didn't want to listen to you say, "Oh, you didn't tell us she was going to Florida." It's exactly what I didn't want to hear. So I'm pretty sure I told you. RSVLT is Roosevelt is a brand that partners with Disney a lot. Very comfy and good button. I mean, dude, like I don't know, like it might be that brand, but this is like very comfortable. Like I don't know, it just fits very well. Like it's not like super tight. I've had that issue in the past with some of the Hawaiian shirts that I've had, or like Hawaiian like button down style shirts, and they felt like kind of tight or uncomfortable. So, but yeah, it's really nice. I like it a bunch. Let's jump in and let's take a look at the deck list. So this is not the first time we played Fatigue Jarl on stream. Like this is not new. This is like not something that you guys are not used to seeing. There are 3 main cards I want to talk about that I feel like are good talking points. Now, admittedly, if you're catching it live, then cool, you get to see it. But if not, I think this is also going to be good short material so that I can talk about these 3 different cards inside of the deck. Hey, what's up, Ted? Hello from Germany. Let's go. Hey, Killick, how are you, buddy? You're just too buff for shirt designers. These buttons are screaming. Trent, as much as I appreciate that, it's only my stomach that has a problem getting into shirts. Oh, man. You know how I really want to play? Yorick? What is Yorick? Is that the banjo guy, or like the little is it the bard class? Is that what I'm thinking of? Hope they don't ruin Sage with Pin. They would do it with common and rare specs and pushed equipment. I don't think it's going to be pushed. I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to be cool. So anyway, we have 3 cards on the docket we're going to talk about. First up is Remembrance. After playing about, I don't know, 20 games or so, I would say. It's probably, I don't know, I'm probably like somewhere in that like 20 to 30-ish range. Um, Remembrance is not always the easiest card to get off or to know what you're supposed to be buying back into the deck. Because second cycle, you're thinking, oh, should I pitch this for third cycle? Should I play this now? But knowing what to get back is very, very impactful because there was a game where I got back 3 copies of Oakenhold, but my Pulse of Loft and all 3 of my Crumble to Eternities were out of the deck. So it was like, why are you getting back Oakenhold when you don't really have good ways to fuse or easy ways to fuse? So I think it's very important to know what's left in your deck and what you've pitch stacked. And that way, Remembrance can help you know exactly what you're trying to get back. Now, obviously, copies of Everbloom in Life are always good to get back if you have more than one in your graveyard, if you're forced to block with it. But Remembrance can be a very good tool. It can just be clunky sometimes with all of the no blocks or lack of blocking ability with like multiple instants in your hand. So I don't know. I think this is, I don't know. I think this is like a good card to like talk about, just so that everybody's aware of it. But I don't know. Like it's felt very impactful, and Remembrance is very good, but it does feel like it can be. It does feel like it can be clunky at times. Hey Jay, yeah, we are playing Fatigue tonight. The Lion does not concern himself with second cycle. I love the like TikTok like reference there. It's that bard that shuffles everyone's decks together and you all draw from the same pile. Oh my god. Shuffling everyone's decks together sounds awful. That sounds terrible. I would hate that. I would hate that. Oh my god, that would be terrible. Yo, Himmel, what's up, dude? All right, the other 2 cards I want to talk about before we jump into games are I want to talk about Poison the Well, and where's the other one at? There it is, Righteous Cleansing. Righteous Cleansing is a card that I feel like a lot of people don't really like understand or like find its value. This is a very good late game piece against decks like Dio. So some Dios have 3 copies of Cog in the Machine, which gives them an infinite loop to be able to take 4 cards out of your hand if you're low enough that late in the game. Pitch stacking and trying to set up a Righteous Cleansing to be able to take one of those Cog in the Machines or take all of the Cog in the Machines out of the top of their deck, like during second cycle, can be very, very impactful as they're trying to set this up. Righteous Cleansing gives you the ability to take combo pieces from Verdance. You also have the ability to be able to take cards like Germinate from Florian. So a lot of people understand that like Righteous Cleansing is good, but I don't think a lot of people understand how impactful it can be in specific matchups. And this is one of those skill checks where I think knowing your deck better than everybody else is like the best place to be in with Righteous Cleansing. I think this card works very, very well. Let's see. We'll call that one 11-ish, somewhere in there. Top 8 Himmel in the house is right. My man top 8 at a Battle Harden. People always ask me how to get better at pitch stacking, and I just respond with I play Katsu. What is stacking? You know what? I feel like that is so fair, Dylan. Like if you play a deck that doesn't pitch stack, don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it. Oh, I did get 4 throttles from somebody's deck off the top of their deck. I was playing against a Dio at our armory last Friday night, and they let Righteous Cleansing hit, and I took 3 blue throttles and a red throttle off the top of their deck. Like this was first cycle. This was just me trying to like they left me with the hand, and I was just trying to do something impactful, and it was crazy how good it was to be able to take 4 throttles like out of their deck. It was actually crazy. Vada, this is Allen's list. Yes, this is Rob's list 100%. The OG milk card is correct. Went 3-0 on Heavy Hitters KO at my armory tonight on the Noah Bagelman list. I actually really like Noah Bagelman's list. I think a lot of people have been like very apprehensive about Noah Bagelman's list, but his list and like the whole Savage Feast, like, you know, like beaten trackers, like kind of combo, I think was really good. I liked it a lot. Prison players would be like, you guys are pitch stacking. So true. Poison the Well is another very, very impactful card. Poison the Well gives us the ability to like snipe some of our opponent's life total. If your opponent is like at 5 or 4 or something like that late in the game, you do have the ability to just try and kill them. Like if your Florian opponent is at 5 and goes for a big Germinate to gain some life, Poison the Well could just win you the game. More than likely, they're going to be above 10, so it's just going to like stop some life gain. Against Verdance, you have a very, very impactful way to be able to like stuff some of their combo. You're preventing them from gaining life. They're doing less damage to you. So Poison the Well, knowing when to arsenal it and knowing when to pitch it away for like second or third cycle can be very, very impactful. And this card can honestly bail you out in a bad spot. I like Poison the Well has been great. Like this card is really, really good, and it fits super well into the deck and the game plan. Those are the three big cards that, like, after playing about 30 games, I feel like people need to be aware of and how they work. So that's where we're at. This is what we're going to be playing. The fact that this deck costs $2,000 is crazy. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, there's a lot of times where like these decks these decks cost a lot because you're playing a lot of expensive pieces. I have not had a chance to try Oasis Respite. I know that Randy Davis took Oasis Respites in Jarl to his ProQuest and said that they didn't matter in the matchups he wanted them in. So sent a Reckless Stampede for 16 against a Kasai. They blocked 13 and took 7. See, that's insane, dude. That's absolutely insane. I think this is a go second matchup. I honestly can't remember. Yeah, we want to go second in this matchup. I'm pretty sure we're on everything. So this is a loop matchup. Like the objective is to try and loop them in this matchup. And we are on everything but Poison the Wells and Amulet of Echoes. And the idea is that they are running a finite number of go again. We are going to be trying to run them. We're going to be trying to like run them out of cards, out of go again, so that we can set up and try to loop them at the end of the game. But we'll see what happens. You never know. They're playing 72 cards into us to prepare for like the value that is going to be like this crazy long game. Let's see. Fang, we're going second. I mean, I hate to block with a Terrace under, but keeping our life total up is more important than not blocking. I mean, I don't think Heart of Fandle's $1,000. I don't think it's actually half the cost. It might be Heart of Fandle. What is Heart of Fandle, like $500? I'm guessing. Target dagger gets +1. Your next dagger this turn gets +3. Okay. I'm not going to sink. We're just going to play the sigil. Yeah, Rampart and Tunic is 100% how we fatigue. It's kind of sad that it's required. Now that they broke the combat chain, we can gain 3 life, and then if they pitch that to attack, we just get to block with Rampart again. It's like super value for us. I don't want to arsenal any of this, so we're just going to throw go again at them. And then we're going to pitch Channel Mount Eisen to Gauntlets, and then we're going to pitch Glacial Footsteps to Peak. And just like continue to start like peeking them every turn. I looped a Cinder on my first game after I bought Heart of Fiendel, which made it worth it. I mean, yeah, you 100% can do that. I looped a Syndra at our armory the other night. I felt kind of bad because it's like oh my gosh, they're on stuff like this too. Oh, this is great. I did feel kind of bad about the whole thing because I'm like, well, like you are like, like they were like a newer player, but I was also testing for ProQuest and stuff. Well, I mean, I say newer, like, oh, they discarded Loyalty Beyond the Grave to get the second one in there? Interesting. Okay, well, that's the only time they can do that. When do you find yourself activating Coronet Peak? Every single time I can, Ricky. Every single time I can. And that's not a joke. I mean, there's no reason, I don't think, to try and like really get a bunch of value here. I would like to be able to block with Channel Mount Eisen and Imposing Visage, and then Arsenal the Cranial Crush. Yo, Capello, what's up, buddy? You are correct. Jarl is not very aggro or blazing. Actually, we want to keep this in our deck, don't we? Yeah, we want to keep this in our deck. Okay. So they make a Vigor for next turn. We're going to take a card out of their hand, and we're going to Arsenal the Sink Below. Yeah, they're a young player. Yep. Gavin, we were never off of Jarl, to be honest. I've just been playing LL, practicing different formats. Yeah, they probably just fat stacked, which I think actually has a pretty decent chance to benefit us at like keeping life up over the course of the game. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Um, yeah, I think Indy just wanted to play it out, which like I get. Like I don't blame Indy. Like he's young. He just wanted to like play it out to see if like he could win the matchup. And like honestly, I totally respect that. Um, we're just gonna go ahead and block 4 here. Punished by blocking with a card and Rampart early. Feels bad because they have Tooth of the Dragon here. 8. It's worth noting that we are getting punished for blocking with Rampart up front, and we should not have. Now we're going to have to give this up to stop them from making another fealty token, and we're going to have to give up the Sink Below. Yeah, that feels bad. Just a mistake. Just a mistake. We could give them a second fealty, but I would rather make them earn it, to be honest. Hey, Pockets, what's up, buddy? I figured after the podcast you swapped. No, I mean Gavin, you're good. I appreciate like you asking, but no, I didn't. No, I mean, I wish I would have done better, but like I'm not going to Yokohama. So every single event I'm going to is just based off of like every single event that I'm going to is just based off of practicing for Worlds. We don't really care about fealty, do we? I mean, I would assume we're supposed to care about fealty a little bit because it requires them to play slower hands. Like they'll get to it at some point, but it requires them to play slower hands, right? Because they're forced into like blocking and doing things early that maybe they don't want to do. I think we're just gonna keep this and go Shelter and Fate here. So we're gonna go Fate Proceed first and see if we want to opt to the top or the bottom. We'll put this on bottom, I guess. Organizing bulk and prec for Sage. Honestly, and yeah, Jay, if you start practicing, like I would love reps against Kano at some point for sure. Like I need reps into Kano. I've not played the matchup yet. Okay, we're just gonna play the Shelter, cover this up. And I'm pretty content with just activating Coronet Peak again and then arsenaling the Sink Below. Hey, Kasu, what's going on? So, Tom, I would say that you've probably played this deck, like this version of the deck, more than I have at this point. Do you not agree that it's worth it to slow them down a little bit here, like earlier in the game? All right, so here I'm willing to just go to 38. This is fine. Like I'm just gonna take 4. Now that they have the third fealty turned on for sure, I don't want to be marked ever at the end of the turn if I can help it. Because being marked means that when they draw Save or Bloodshed, I'm in an automatically worse spot than I was. Can you go into why people do not play Summit other than it's just too expensive? If I'm being honest, Hakai, I just think that Summit's bad. Like genuinely, I know that sounds like a little harsh, but I just think Summit's bad. The cost of it makes it pretty bad, in my opinion. I don't really think we care about this, do we? I'm just gonna block this and just like basically commit that I'm blocking 4. Like if you look past the cost to Kai at why people don't enjoy playing Summit, I think the biggest piece of it has to do with the fact that I think the biggest piece of why people don't like Summit is because its impact is not the best. And I think that scares a lot of people. I mean, and in my opinion, respectfully, as it should. Um, like it scares a lot of people because of how like what you have to accomplish is getting armor off the board to be able to then give a frostbite every turn, and you have to give up your offhand arm piece, which is going to be stalagmite, every turn very aggressively. Oh, I forgot to swap to this just in case we find something cool. Um, but I don't know, like it just seems it's just kind of felt like not worth so far, is what I would say. Needing 2 blues? Yeah. It is a little, but I found that it generally doesn't matter since it will get online at some point. I care a lot more about it on non-fatigue. Okay, that's fair. Maybe I'm thinking about it too, too much of a linear fashion. They have 57 cards in their deck. Oh, they're on all the defense reactions. They're on a lot of defense reactions here. What are they trying to set up here? What is their objective here? I mean, this has us taking 1. Okay. If they attack again or something, that's fine. Yo, Dirtle, what's going on? How are you, Philip? I was just curious because it feels like they made it hard. They made the card to be your in-game loop once you exhaust your armor cards. I mean, like there was a world where I was trying that, where I was actively trying to make that work. Hakai, it just never seemed to come together well enough. Was always like how I felt about it. People hedge their bets as if they go no D reacts and see mid range Jarl, they just die hard. Yeah, that's fair, Dave. The tenacity is interesting. The tenacity is kind of interesting. I mean, they could just like juice us, right? Like, there's potentially a world where they just juice us with tenacity. Pitching Saber Bloodshed for later, I think, is a pretty smart call. We're going to use Tunic for this. And then we're probably going to give up the Sink Below pretty aggressively here. And try to like Arsenal the Staunch Response. Like this works out pretty well. I'm pretty comfortable with this. I don't really want to bottom anything. I actually like my hand quite a bit because the idea is that we're going to pitch Everbloom Life to Staunch Response. Actually, are we living in a world where we're going to take some damage to Arsenal the Staunch Response this turn? Had some Berea nachos for dinner? That sounds pretty good. Tenacity should be in the deck, but that's for the fire. Oh, you're saying they shouldn't have played it there, Tehran? I got you. I'm following. Like saying they shouldn't have played it there. Like I completely get that. Do we like want to? No, we don't. We don't want to. We don't actually want to cast a copy of Everbloom in Life until we're literally looping them at the end of the game. I think that's where we want to be at. This could be tough. Defense reaction cards, so we can actually use Flexiors during that turn. I think we're pretty content with just pitching Heart here. Gains of life. And if they try to like come over the top for a bunch, we just have Staunch Response. I mean, taking 3 seems okay to me, I think. Seems fine. Peak equals 3 points of value on their turn. Next turn versus 1 point of life gain. I always activate peak in that scenario. Oh, yeah. You're talking about like setting it up for the late game? Sure. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Sure. Interesting. So we can no longer gain life. This is going to be tricky. I feel like we're going to be in a weird situation now. Part of me wants to just play the channel and force them into like having weird turns. But I think that just taking a card out of their hand is probably the same thing as just channeling over and over again. Or like just having channel in play. Not being able to gain life. That's interesting. I run 2 Roiled now. What is Roiled? We're just gonna try and block with Crumble and Oakenold this turn. So this goes up to 5. I feel like we're supposed to say Flexors for their Imperial Seal of Command turn. Why was Channel correct there? Like I'm open to that interpretation. I'm just curious. Like I'm genuinely just curious to know why we feel that way. Oh, sure. Oh, you're playing Roiling Fisher because of this card? I got you. I'm following now. Mm, I'm trying to figure out if we're going to have a turn that I actually want to play Staunch Response ever. See, I had been debating cutting like Glacial Footsteps or something to be able to play. I had been debating playing Glacial Footsteps, or cutting Glacial Footsteps for 3 copies of Roiling Fisher, just to be able to like fight Prism, but it also works here. Might not have. Never mind him using Affinity here. I mean, I actually wish they would get rid of Remembrance. I think Remembrance is an unhealthy card for the game. And no, I'm not just saying that because I got juiced by 3 of them at this weekend's ProQuest. Okay. So they have no Draconic cards to play this turn. Why would they have cracked a fealty to play this? I am so confused. Hey, what's up, Michael? Roiling goaded into Verdance? Yeah. I cut Macho for Roiling since it's harder to use with Terra Sunder. That makes sense. What does Jarl give you that Victor doesn't? Crumble to Eternity and Frozen to Death. Like if you want a real answer, Crumble to Eternity and Frozen to Death. Okay. And the good news is that if they're only putting so many red cards in, like what they get to do this for, they probably get to do this for most of the game. Actually, like it's turn 11. I'm imagining they get to do that for most of the game. We're gonna play Sigil. Oh wait, we can't play Sigil. I'm sorry, I have to start this turnover, opponent. I just realized we can't gain life here. So we need to pitch like this and then take a card out of their hand. And then we're going to go Fate for Seeing Macho Grande and a Sigil. Fiddler's Green's going to look pretty bad. It's a good thing we've already seen 2 of them so far. Interesting. It's going to be interesting with that parched terrain because I'm imagining there's more than one, right? Well, this is not looking good. Cannot be played this turn. I mean, that makes sense. Like, if they're on 2, I would understand that. So, I think I want to block Midas Touch and Frozen to death. And then pitch the Crumble to Eternity to Flexors. Like, let's force them into making this decision. So now it doesn't matter. We might as well just take 4. I mean, I guess technically if we block Rampart there and like we have Flexors plus Shelter, we're okay. We're just going to block an Arsenal. I think it's probably just the best answer here. We can try to like mitigate damage. Parched Terrain might win us the game. Full Fatigue is the only real build for Jarl. I mean, I personally think that's the case, but not everybody believes that. Well, the good news is that we don't have to play against that Imperial Seal of Command the rest of the game. Like, there is, like, no other turn that has to happen. Like, we have to worry about it. Yeah, I mean, Annabelle, if you want to play one, I'm down for sure. Like, if you want to play, like, Gravy or Verdance into me, like, I'm down for the reps. We're just going to Arsenal Shelter from the Storm and set up. This is not good. So we're gonna block. How many Hunsons have they played? 2. There's not a third one over here. No. It's gonna be an interesting game. What would make you not want to play Flesh and Blood anymore? Mine is if they went to the Universes Beyond route that MTG's been doing. Um, Honestly, I don't know. I truly don't know what could make me not want to play like Flesh and Blood anymore. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know, Cody. I'd have to really tank on that one because I love the game. This protects us from another buff, I guess. Buff power and attack an additional time. So they get to attack an additional time no matter what. What are we looking for here? Like, do we want to block this? Or do we just want to take 4? Maybe when Victor LLs, you'll leave as a trauma response. I don't know about that. Oh, that would be funny though. All right, so we're going to 16. We're going to activate Summit. They have to get rid of 5 cards this turn. I'm not even going to look and see how many cards they have left. Any tips for convincing an LGS to have Flesh and Blood tournaments? We still don't have real support here, so it's difficult, but I want to play. There's been a couple of locals, like we have one more store in our area that I've really struggled to like get on board with the like Flesh and Blood plan, and like I'm gonna be honest, man, I've been struggling with that myself, so I'm not finding much success either. If I'm just being real, I'm not finding much success in that avenue myself. Why did you play the shelter? To deny them the extra attack. They had played twist and turn, which means if they had multiple ways to like extra attacks, I would have been in a pretty bad spot. Probably gonna be like a 0 for 4. Offer to TO for them. That's actually not a bad idea. I think I'm just gonna leave the shelter in my hand because I'm just looking for efficient blocking cards. How many reds do they have left? One, two, three. They have 5 reds left. I mean, that means like not this next turn, but the turn after that, we're gonna be able to gain some life. What if I pitched Glacial Footsteps here and then we blocked with Staunch and Shelter this turn cycle? We've only seen one Tooth of the Dragon, so my worry about committing cards here early is not good. Um, we're just gonna say no blocks and see what they do. Actually, Fang is pretty cool. I actually completely agree with you. Fang is a really cool hero. See, I love this because now this buffs up to 5. This is probably the most staunch value we're gonna get, right? Just blocking 7 here. We're not going to be able to take a card out of their hand next turn, but with the parched terrain going away potentially the turn after this, we should be in an okay spot to like do the things we want to do. Ooh, not being able to play this is tough actually. I'd planned on playing the shelter. Okay. They have 0 red cards, which means we're going to pass. We're going to arsenal the sigil, and they're not going to have the room to be able to keep this thing in play. I don't like they might be able to put another one in play, but they're not going to be able to keep this in play. I hate to, but I think we have to pitch this Fiddler's Green, right? Or are we just going to try and like IP it for next turn or something? Like, are we just supposed to like IP the Fiddler's Green for next turn? Like, I don't think that's correct. And then on this dagger attack, ooh, they have multiple go wides here, huh? Okay. I'm actually good with this. Gonna say no blocks here. We're gonna play Shelter. cover this up. And then this is going to be no blocks. Okay. So we have to go to 7. And then at the end step, they're not going to be able to do anything with this. I'm actually just going to pass. I don't think we want to try and gain life now. I don't think we really benefit from that. I think we're better off to just wait, right? Hey, what's up, Sam? Yeah, I started early tonight so that we could like get some like other things going. I've got some stuff I got to take care of after the stream tonight, so I would like to arsenal this fate for scene if I can. I think that's their second pledge fealty. We've seen 2 Toothed Dragons and 2 pledge fealty so far. So we're gonna block like this, and we're gonna use Tunic for Rampart. Hey, let's go. Sam with 19 months of Prime support. Sam, thank you so much, dog. I appreciate the 19 months over on Twitch. It means a lot. Thank you so much, buddy. My Armory deck pack prize arrived today. Yo, let's go. Ostis, that's awesome. I'm super glad. I mean, this has us taking 1. That's fine. We're just gonna play the favor scene. Put this to the bottom. We're gonna take another card out of their hand. And we're just starting back. We're going through it here. It's a Fate for Scene's not one we've seen yet, which means they're probably gummed up with some defense reactions. This is going to be a Flexor's turn, so I'm gonna pitch my Channel Mount Eisen to the Flexors here. We're just trying to get value out of this if we can. Warrior in general eats Guardian alive. Yep, I agree. It is normally a pretty good matchup for the Warrior side of things. Glint, okay. I mean, if they're going to let me sit on my Flexors, I'm going to sit on my Flexors. Yeah, were they about to break the combat chain? Oh my god, we would have been so rewarded for blocking with Rampart this turn. I'm going to ask and make sure they meant to pass. I want to make sure here before I do anything because it's going to be very hard to go back further than this. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to play both sides of Everbloom in life. We're going to put E-Strike back in the deck. I'm going to take a card out of their hand. And then we know they don't have the parched terrain here. So I'm just going to go ahead and play out the sigil right here. I agree. Weird they popped fealty. I mean, it makes sense they want to like retain cards and not attack into or not like attack into my Flexors. We're just going to block 9. All right, we see it. We're seeing it now. That's their first hand where they don't have go again. Now we're still down on cards, which is not great. But we do have like the Heart and like Everbloom Loop, as long as they don't have another parched terrain. We've not seen one yet. So I'm hoping they don't have another one. I don't think they've pitched one. Pledge Fealty at least gives them go again. We're going to use Rampart. Just block as efficiently as possible. Additional attack, and they want to mark us. Okay. So it's just an additional attack, basically. Since we are in a position where we have Remembrance left in our deck, I'm okay blocking with the Everbloom in life here. Just in case they have some other nonsense. I was like, it might just be an attack for one. I don't know, but I love that he's just been holding 2 combo pieces for like 6 turns. I'm not sure what you mean, Gavin. Would like to arsenal the Fate Foreseen if I can. Does not look like we're going to have that option this turn cycle, though. I'm going to pitch Remembrance. And we're going to block with Fate Foreseen. Put this on the bottom. I'm assuming that they're on D-reacts. I mean, I don't know what you mean by combo pieces. Like, I'm assuming that they're like clunked up on D-reacts or something. Like, I know that there's at least 4 or 5 in their second cycle, and that's the second Hunt the Hunter they've pitched. So attack reaction. Okay. All right. Yeah, so Gavin, I'm not sure if it's Long Whisker and Hunt's End, you're just digging for Fire and Brimstone. They have he has like he 100% has the Fire and Brimstone in his deck. We watched him pitch it earlier, but like he's come back around to it. We're just gonna Arsenal Sigil, since I'm pretty sure at this point there is no parched terrain. I mean, we've got to be about to the point where they're out of gas, right? Like Fire and Brimstone's probably the last real thing they have to attack us with. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know that much about Fang's late game and like what a good like Fang pitch stacking game looks like for them. Truly don't know what that looks like. They did play their third Hunson though, so like we don't have to worry about that. Like we know that's not their hand. How many copies of Everbloom left do we have in our deck? 1. So we're gonna need to shuffle the other ones back in. Okay. We go to 8 here off the Fiddler's Green. We'll just go ahead and play the sigil. Go back to 11. Yeah, so guys, I'm curious, like if their hand is like this like pitch stack thing, like what is it? Because I genuinely don't know. You find the fire and brimstone with as many extra attack cards and hunt ends as possible. You just try to go like 6 or 7 cards wide. I mean, if that's the plan, like we might just be about to get juiced. Well, us being marked for that is pretty obnoxious. I'm gonna pitch heart here because it takes us up a life, and if like they do some nonsense here, we have the pulse. You're down 1,000,000 cards too. Eventually, Fang will just be doing true damage. Incorrect, Orlando. We have the loop in our deck. We have the gain 3 life and attack you for 4 every single cycle loop, like which I'm okay with. And there went their fire and brimstone, which I'm pretty sure is their last real piece against us. We go about 6-7. It's about how wide we go. Oh, glad I'm Trent. I'm so glad you said that, dude. I'm the worst about remembering that. Yeah, I like with us like gaining life and like we're about to remembrance back into loop. Like I'm pretty sure we just win from here. We're gonna block with channel. We're gonna play Everbloom in life. Put an Everbloom life in our deck. We're gonna put 2 copies of Everbloom in life back into our deck. And then we're gonna put like I don't know, a Terra Sunder back into the deck, I guess. Like it's fun because like I genuinely think that they believe they're fatiguing me, instead of the other way around. Now, to be fair, like they may have enough damage left in their deck to like actually kill us from here. I don't know. Um, we play Remembrance. We're gonna put 2 copies of Everbloom in life back into the deck. We just have to find both the copies. And then we just need like a Terra Sunder, like the one I blocked with earlier. Terra Sunder is like one of our better late game pieces. And then here, are we at a point where we want to start attacking them with hammer every turn? I don't know. I don't quite feel comfortable yet. Okay. They just conceded. Yeah. They saw that the loop was inevitable there. So yeah, I don't know if like they just like threw the game away. Like I'm assuming like Warrior normally has a pretty powerful end game. So I don't know. I was convinced the loop wasn't enough value for the first 2 to 3 turns. So I think so, Orlando. Like, I think that if we are in a position where we are like at 5 or 4, the loop might not be enough value because we're forced to like, they still had some pumps. Like I knew they had the or Searing Gaze or whatever it's called. It's in their hand. I knew they had Searing Gaze. Like I just they overboarded and had all those D-reacts that made their first cycle very clunky, and it just kind of like fell apart there. So unfortunate for them. Let's see. We did get a win. Played to keep my life total up and loop at the end of the game. Blocked with Everbloom life, then remembrance back to keep loop intact. Higher life is the most relevant part. Okay, well, we take the first game against a Fang. And there was a few people there that said that like they had some pretty powerful late game things they could do, and like honestly, I believe you guys. I just like I don't know for sure. I had only D-Reacts in the deck. Guillermo, yeah, if that was you, there was a lot of D-Reacts left in the deck there. I simply wait for the living to stop pretending they don't. It's so true. Their arsenal was a D-React, And yeah, they had 3D reacts in hand. I think we were like pretty good. That parched terrain was tough. That parched terrain was tough. There was not a second parched terrain in the deck. I did take a look there before we kept going, but that first parched terrain was tough. I thought that was going to get us. Guillermo, it's worth mentioning that if you had a second parched terrain, you might have gotten me. You might have gotten me there with a second copy of parched terrain that game. I don't know. Do we replace Macho Grande with Roiling Fisher? You know what? Like we're talking about it. We're questioning things. Let's try it. I'm down to cut Macho Grande and try it. So let's see. I mean, I own Roiling Fisher, so this is not a problem for me. It's also good Prism tech. It's just weird because like when I talk about like this for Prism or whatever, like we are cutting this. Hang on, I'm going to change it in my sub only list as well. Just so for everybody, yeah, for everybody who is a YouTube member or Twitch subscriber. By the way, in case you guys were not aware, if you are a YouTube member or a Twitch subscriber and you have not, you should make sure that you link your Discord. I don't think that's going to affect any matchups. I'm pretty sure I was playing Macho and everything. Yeah. And you have not, make sure you link your Discord to Twitch or YouTube. You get access to vote on what I play on a weekly basis. You get access to be able to like see all of my decks with matchup guides that I have and things like that. There's all kinds of like fun and interactive things that I like to do for you guys. But to be honest, it also works for Florian and Verdance. I did it, it worked well, has tons of game, and it's just a blue 3 block at worst. I mean, I'm down. Let's try it, you know? Like I am 110% down. Let's try it for sure. I'm gonna tell you we're gonna take a small 2-minute break. I have to use the bathroom. So I'm gonna run to the bathroom, and when I come back, we will be playing some more games. So thanks for hanging out, guys, and I'll be back in just a minute. Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb. It was not water. That was not water.
Here, have some water.
I was lied to. The lies. Yo, only 4 cups? Listen at this man. That is 4 full cups, Cusco. This fucking guy, bro. This fucking guy. What? Rookie numbers? Bro, Cusco's out here. Look, this motherfucker's just sitting over there with a pot of sauce going, oh yeah, I'm stirring that shit up, baby. I'm stirring it up. Oh my God, we're going crazy tonight. This is as close as I'm ever going to get to going Super Saiyan right now. So I just need you all to know how, like, back-to-back Command and Conquer pummel turns in back-to-back games. And you know what? Just like Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm not fucking leaving. That's right. This is the kind of content we're looking for right here. The fab tutorials that blow your mind. Blow your mind. Okay. Short break, and we're back. Did my camera just do that thing where it like auto-focused? I hate that shit. Thought I fixed that. No, it did not. Okay. Yeah, if I'm ever live and you guys see my camera auto-focusing, just please tell me. I need to try Oasis. I think it was Tom was telling me a couple of weeks ago that I should try Oasis as well, or maybe it was last week. I cannot get on board with cutting Amulet of Echoes. Like, I just can't do it. I think that card is too important. I mean, I don't even think I have a matchup for this shit. I thought anybody would be crazy enough to play this shit into me. Okay. All right. Let's figure this out. Actually, you know what? Let's not play this Fatigue Mirror. I'm not going to play this. We told Annabelle we would play. And I saw her message and immediately was like, yep, let's do that. I do not want to play that. I do not want to play that. Hang on, Annabelle. I'll create a game and send you the link really quick. Let's see. All right, I sent Annabelle a game, so whenever she accepts, we'll play. She's playing Gravy Bones. So that's going to be like a good test of playing this matchup. Rip Snot Turd. I mean, yeah, you know. We do want to go first in this matchup. Annabelle, best of luck. Have fun. I will have to play the mirror at some point, just not right now. I just built a Jarl and it's been pretty rough. What is this deck list? So Brendan, I'm playing like hardcore fatigue Jarl. If you'd like to see it, you can hit !deck, and you can get more information about it. Hang on, I've got a Gravy matchup over here. I know Gravy's one of the matchups. We're on a clean 60. Let's see. We are not on Staunch Response. We are not on Righteous Cleansing. We cut their Remembrance. We're on 3 Midas Touch, and we cut 2 copies of Thunderquake. Yep. Because we want to be on clean 60 to try and get out, to get Crumble. Like, the sooner we can get Compass off the board, the better off we're going to be. Yeah, this is everything we got. None of this does what I would like for it to do. So, none of this is great. Like, honestly, this is like, none of this is what we want to be seeing. I mean, I guess we can gain a life here, and then we can like pitch the filter a little bit. Signed Snot Turd. LOL. Josh, what's up, buddy? Is this the same Josh Lydon that top aided calling Singapore? I guess we'll just go ahead and start this. We wanna filter as much as we can. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna throw Cranial Crush. There's a chance that there's like three things like in their arsenal. Fortnite guy. God, you been talking to Matt, dog? You've been talking to Matt, Fortnite guy. Matt W told me to say it right as I ask. Tell Matt I said, "What's up, dude?" The comfort of playing against Annabelle's Gravy was better than the Mirror Jarl. That's a statement right there. I mean, listen, I playing the Jarl Mirror is probably fine. Like you're probably just attempting to just swing Sledge as many times as you can back and forth is ultimately the goal that you're looking to accomplish. All right, 0.
Let's freaking go. You love to see
Not great. Dark. We're gonna go with Dark. Thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you are here for the first time or you are new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. They are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? It's like our personality question we ask everybody. I would love to get to know more about you. We're just going to go buff power. We're going to Arsenal the Sink below here. Yeah. How about you, Udovich? You take that deal? Damn fine deal. Definitely take the leyline block for sure. Yeah, Annabelle's on Remembrance. If you are playing against Gravy Bones, playing Jarl, prepare for them to have a Remembrance in the deck. 110% they are playing Remembrance now. 110% they are playing Remembrance now. That's like the new like tech I've seen from people so far. What are we discarding? It's going to tell me a lot about how we want to play this. Activate Hook? Sure, that's fine. Wouldn't mind going full fatigue. I tried a more mid-rangey build, my armory, and I've gone 0 and 3 and 1 and 2. Yeah, just trying to find more lists to learn. No, I completely understand that. I completely understand where you're coming from. I don't like the idea of pitching Terra Thunder because it's our only blue. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. The scoop is just going to be able to cycle back. Just going to be able to cycle back. Swabby, okay. Pretty comfortable on either one of those. My name is Louis. I'm from Spain and I play Jarl and I think crispy chips. Yo, there's a tag on my shirt. LOL, I thought I pulled all the tags off. That's hilarious. There's still just like a big tag chilling on my shirt. Well, let's go. Louis, welcome to the channel. Thanks for being here. We're glad you're hanging out with us, man. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Puts back Prismatic Leyline. Makes a lot of sense. We're going to play Sink below and bottom the... I think we're going to bottom the Sigil. going to be the plan here. Put this on the bottom of the deck. I mean, all right. That is an option of all time. We're going to swing this at the old Salty Sea Dog here. And then we're going to play Sigil and Arsenal Shelter. Guys, for anybody who does not know, I am literally just trying to churn through my deck as fast as humanly possible. How are you winning against combo Verdance? Skull, we're playing 2 copies of Poison the Well on the sideboard. If they're playing slow, call a judge, 110%. Hopefully this does not get hit by the Fearless Confrontation. All right, one scuba down, 2 to go. It's by far the most problematic card they have. Okay, we're going to try to keep the Imposing Visage to target the Compass. Let me go ahead and fill out my sheet over here on the edge. Let's see. Gravy, we are going first. If anybody is playing Verdance and would like to test the matchup after this, like, I'm totally down to play the matchup. 100%. Like, when I talk about things on stream, I'm more than happy to, like, play them or test them in theory. Like, I understand that a lot of things are, like, theory when it comes to stuff, but, like, I'm more than happy to play it and, like, talk it out and work it out with you guys. Would love for them to put the Swabby into play. Not a lot we can do about that. We're just going to play Fate, right? Chum's obnoxious, but it's not the end of the world. I don't think there's ever a world where we can... I just don't think there's ever a world where we can give up putting Imposing Visage into play. The concept of a hot dog having any of the toppings and pickled fried onions and ketchup and mustard is wild to me. That's hilarious. And then, I mean, do we want to, like, crack gold? Like, is there anything we can draw that matters? And I think the answer is no. So I think we're just going to go upstairs. I mean, it's not great, but we might as well. Yeah, don't ever hesitate to call a judge, guys. Like, if you're at anything, like, call a judge. That's what they're there for. I promise you they're not bothered. All right, we're going to have to eat some shit this turn to get this off the board, but... We're going to have to eat some shit this turn to get this off the board. And that sucks, but it's worth. Hitting back alley break line is possibly one of the worst things that could happen for us. If they put this Humperdinck into play, we're in a really shitty spot. Yeah. Okay, so they're not playing Humperdinck and attacking with it. That's good. We are also at 47, so we do have some room to eat some shit here. I wish this had go again so much. We're just going to use Tunic so that we can get value out of this turn. Annabelle made the decision to do this up front, which I think was very, very smart. They have made gold this turn. And it doesn't matter. We're giving up the gold. Like, we can't do anything else. We have to block this for as much as we can. And we have to play Frozen to death. Like, that is our play. Oh, I guess Annabelle didn't make a gold. So yeah, we're just going to take 7. There's 2 allies in play and 1 rum. Oh, I guess they get to attack us for 4 as well. Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but... That is my favorite hot dog topping, having to eat some shit against gravy. mean, I think this is the only world where we can reliably do anything. It's turn 5, and there's 2 allies in play plus a rum, which is not good. We are not arsenaling this no matter what, so we might as well arsenal the sigil. Our objective now is to keep life total up as much as possible while clearing the board. If there is like a slower turn where we are able to kill the chum, I will take it. Swabby is priority number 1 because it attacks for more. I played 1 ProQuest already. Dark, I played 1 ProQuest already with this deck, yes. To be fair, I guess the only place where 90% of Germans eat hot dogs from is IKEA stores. Maybe the occasional Swedish sweet at Aldi's. I mean, I have no idea where people from Germany eat hot dogs. It's just kind of like been like a fun like question to talk about with people who hang out. It's just been like one of those like more entertaining things to talk about. Okay. I mean, getting that rum out of the way now is pretty good because I'm pretty sure there's 1 tip the barkeep out. Oh no, it was a portside exchange. So I think Annabelle is attempting to do like the prismatic leyline a billion times thing. Like that's been her in-game plan against me in the past. Tip the barkeep, give me a gold. Yep. Annabelle understands that she has to have all 3 tip the barkeeps to be able to beat me. This has an on-hit of a Vashti. This does not have an on-hit. This is just 3. So or this is just 4. We're gonna take 1. We're gonna kill Swabby. If we ever draw into a Midas Touch, like I would love to draw a Midas Touch this turn so that we can use Tunic to kill Cuddy Shark and then hopefully kill Chum. Hopefully. Jarl's not 100% selected for Worlds. I'm still between... So this is going to be all in the recap video that comes out tomorrow, but I'm between 2 heroes in both formats now. I am currently between Syndra and Jarl for CC, and I'm currently between Starvo and Aurora for LL. All right, here we go. Oh, shit. Are there any allies over here? Whaler and Rigor Mortis? We're just going to cover this efficiently. Break the combat chain. That's fine. Yeah. Going to put Rigor Mortis into play. Again, obnoxious, but not the end of the world. Have to have a go again card in their hand. Nope. Just going to attack me for 7. 11. Just kidding. Yeah, it sucks, but I think that's the second Fearless Confrontation we've seen. Now, we run the risk of getting blown out here if we keep making these plays. So I think we're just going to attack the Rigor Mortis. Like, I know that this is an ability that they can use basically every single turn to just keep generating value, but I think Starvo is the best. I think there's a banned and restricted announcement before we get to Worlds that makes me concerned. Like, there's a banned and restricted announcement before we get to Worlds that makes me nervous. Use Tunic to... Actually, if we block with Crumble to Eternity, or I'm sorry, block with Imposing Visage and Tunic on Rampart, we can go pitch to Midas Touch Cuddy Shark, Throw CNC at Chum, may have a 2-for-1 turn. Again, we have to take damage, but we do have the sigils. So we have played 1 copy of Sigil of Solace and 1 copy of Fiddler's Screen, which means that there is literally just 12 more life in our deck. There is just 12 more life in our deck. Some of it's in our arsenal. We have to manage this carefully. I love how aggressively Annabelle's playing the Prismatic Ley Lines because she knows she has the Remembrance. She's just saying, F it, we ball. Let's get aggressive. Is there 2 copies of Remembrance now? Oh, no, they've shuffled a bunch, right? You are correct, Cody. Thank you for calling me on that. I do need to sort my graveyard less. We're going to use Tunic here. Because a blue is minus touching that. Yeah, I'm okay with Tunic here. I would like to deny the gold on hit. And then if Annabelle throws chum at us, we're just going to have to take 4. I hate like giving up all this life, but this is the world we live in. Hopefully there's no fearless confrontation here. If there is, though. Okay, so the board is clear. There's no compass, and there's no rum in play. We are now in a position to start getting where we want to be. She did shuffle. Okay. YOLO, sort graveyard some more. Oh, Dave, you cracked me up, dog. Draw a card and discard a card. I mean, we still have balance, too. Like, we have a lot of defensive tools left in our deck. That's right. Get her! Get her! I mean, I think I have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure as Jarl, like, Gravy is, like, my #1 winning matchup right now. I'm pretty sure I'm, like, 5-1 or 6-1 into Gravy Bones playing this deck. I started using them my last pro quest, and I think they really helped me. Yo, I'm super glad to hear you say that. I love that, honestly. I love that that's like happening. I love to hear that you are like that. It's helping you. That's great. I love that because like one of the things I've always been like a little skeptical of is like I've never wanted to be that person that just pushes product to push product because you know like they were like oh like we'll pay to talk about this or something like that. Like I've never wanted to be that person. And so like when Thomas and I started talking about, you know, having the codex journal on stream, I was like, oh, like, yeah, I'm totally in for that. Like, that'd be cool. Because I genuinely use it at every rated event I go to. And I think it's a great product for people of all levels to try and get better at the game. Your results says 3-0 versus Gravy for this version. I'm not sure what you mean. Like, if you go back and look at like Gravy overall, like the games I've played, it should be on there. Weird having a Guardian that can be Gravy so consistent. It is weird. I mean, I'll go back and look at it after this, Brendan. But I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty confident that I have. I'm like I've played at least 6 or 7 games in this matchup. Like, I'll go back and look. So I'm not sure what you mean by over this version.
You love to see
Eduardo Muller, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I appreciate that a whole bunch. Guys, if you are here for the first time and you're new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourselves. I would love to get to know more about you guys while we're hanging out. Yeah, see, we still have all kinds of like defensive tools here. I love this. Block with a frozen to death, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we're supposed to block with the E-Strike. Yo, Goblin, what's up, buddy? Is Sledge better into Gravy? I do not think so, no. I personally do not think so, no. Absolutely not. I think that Rampart gets too much value in this matchup. Fearless Confrontation. Okay, so there's the second one. Annabelle might only be on 2. I honestly don't know. Any worry about this match going to time IRL? If my opponent plays slow, yes. This is one of those times when, like, I don't mean this to sound hateful, but like if we play it at a rated event and you sit down across from me and you're not playing expeditiously, I will push you. Like, a lot of people think that's rude, but I will push you to play faster. I mean, yes, Sledge does give you the ability to, like, get rid of, like, some bigger allies, which is impactful. Good thing we have E-Strike in our hand, right? Am I right? So I think this is a good balance turn. All right, actually, let's think about this for a second. If I give up Pulse, I block Rampart for 1, balance for 3 total, and then I play Pulse, I get to block 9, take 2, down to 18, and then I get to crack balance. One of the things that I'm always aiming for in this matchup is to do my best. The one thing, like one of the things I'm always aiming for in this matchup is I want to be able to save balance and flexors until they go for the big turn at the end of the game. But my gut's telling me that we should block efficiently here and just get value where we can. We are not going to pay into Rampart because there's no reason to. We are going to play the Pulse, though. Doesn't matter where we give them a Frostbite. We take 2. Annabelle goes to pass. We crack Balance of Justice. Draw into anything. Literally didn't matter what we drew into. We're going to E-Strike for 7 at the Whaler Humperdinck and pray like hell there's not a Fearless Confrontation in her hand. There is. We're in a pretty rough spot. Okay. 1 Whaler down, 1 more. Yo, Aaron, what's up? She doesn't have a choice? I agree. I mean, I agree with you. Did not give me a gold. Okay. See, this is like our first hand, right? Pretty sure where we just do that Cranial Crush for a cycle. So, block. Block 6, kill the Scuba. Put Prismatic Leyline back in the deck. I mean, we're not doing anything else with this hand. There's no extra action points here. We're just going to block 6. We're going to attempt to kill the Scuba. We're going to play Sigil, and then we're going to Arsenal Sink Below. I'd hate to have to poop against this deck, LOL, Drew. Does this count? This does not trigger the Titan's Fist, right? Like, I'm pretty sure this does not. We're still down a life, so whenever we draw our heart, we're going to be able to, like, pitch the Rampart here. What allies do we have over here? A Chum, a Scuba, and a Sawbones. It's the last Scuba. I'm just going to Fate Foreseen, and then we're just going to also play the Sink Below here. Yeah, leave that on top. That's fine, actually. And then we're going to put this on the bottom. I think I'm okay taking 4. This is her last conk, right? This is Annabelle's last conk, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is the last conk. So we take 4, swing 4, Arsenal to Shelter. I think that's fine. I think that is fine. I think popping Balance is worth it here, just like his Oldham versus Dromai. I found that popping the Heralds wasn't worth it, even though it was increasing goal seat. Oh, was worth it even though it was increasing ghostly touch math? Yeah, for sure. For sure. You had to force them to have it. I don't know. I just like to, like, there's a big turn late in the game where like good gravy players have stacked and set up to be able to hit you with like a ton of damage late in the game. And I like to try and save balance for that turn if I can. But, you know, beggars and choosers and all that. Beggars and choosers and all that. Let's see. They put a rigor mortis into play into the graveyard. One thing I need to work on is taking slightly more time because I usually play so fast. Now, I will say, like, Philip, to your point, like, I do think there is like a, like, you do hinder yourself by playing too fast at a certain point. That I completely agree with. Like, you definitely hinder yourself by playing too fast at a certain point, for sure. 110%. Well, we do not have a way to kill this, unfortunately. Do we want to crack our 2 golds? I mean, I feel like we might as well, right? Like, we don't have an answer. I feel like we might as well look for one. Like, what's the worst thing that happens? We find an answer. You love to see it. All right. We're going to gain 1. We're going to put the Everblooming Life back into our deck. We're going to kill this chum, and we're going to pass. Man, those golds are awesome. You love to see it. You love to see it. Guys, for what it's worth, I know that I have a pretty upbeat attitude right now, but like this game is nowhere near over. Like we are still sweating. There are still 2 copies of Tip the Barkeep left in Annabelle's deck that we have not seen, or I'm take it back. We've seen, but like not really. Big Jarl gaming facts. You and your free tips. What are you talking about? Are you talking about Tip the Barkeep? I mean, I love when. This is not a good. We're just gonna block here. I can hear Annabelle now. Oh, for F's sake. That's what she says, like, every time that, like, something happens and it's not good for her. I wonder if Annabelle's, like, listening to this game and she heard me say that. uh... Annabelle did enable a chat. I'm waiting to see what she says. And I wonder why I keep telling you it's your fault if you get a salty opponent. I don't know what she means by that. Does somebody care to tell me what she means by that? I actually don't understand. Yep, that's fine. Prismatic Leyline? Yep. We're just going to play Shelter. I was never playing Fatigue Victor. I do not think that Fatigue Victor has anywhere near the strengths that this deck has. Fatigue Victor is better against Fatigue decks. So like if you're like playing to like try and like get like other Fatigue decks, then I think Fatigue Victor is fine. But I would like to clarify, I think that Fatigue Victor has a lot of weaknesses that this deck does not have. Like 110% believe that. She hit a yellow with the rabble and you gave 2 fiddlers. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I mean, it's fine. Like, you know, I completely understand like being frustrated. Like, I get that, you know? Let's just go ahead and do this and then we'll play Sigil to go to 27. So she whiffed and you gained 6 life. I guess that's fair. I mean, I understand this is a very polarizing deck and that this makes people unhappy. Annabelle has tested this matchup into me a lot. I think this is like the 4th time Annabelle and I have played. And 2 of the games that we've played, I killed Compass on turn 2 because I went turn 0 crumble, turn 2 kill Compass with Frozen to death. Hang on one second. I'm going to go throw this away. It's driving us crazy. Be on my desk. So put this into play and passed. I mean, I think we might as well, right? Like, we have to be a little aware of deck count, but at a certain point, Annabelle runs out of damage and we don't. This is a card I'm comfortable blocking with, so I want to pitch the 8. And we want to make sure that we pitch something that makes Titan Fist 4 here. I'd be mad too. I mean, listen, it's called Team Crash Out for a reason, guys, right? Like, come on. 1 sigil, 2 sigil, 3 sigil, and all 3 filler screen. We are out of life gain. We are officially out of life gain. Except for, like, Everbloom in life and, like, you know, heart. There is a consideration where if Annabelle doesn't put enough things into play, I will just be attacking. Yes, there is that consideration, 110%. Fun is zero sum. I love this Jarl so much. You either love Fatigue Jarl or you hate Fatigue Jarl. Like, those are the only options, I feel like. There is not a middle ground. Like, and I have to say, this reminds me of Oldhim. I enjoy playing the deck quite a bit. I was much better at Oldhim than I am this deck, for sure. I have a long way to go before Worlds with this deck. So, like, right here, I'm very comfortable just taking 1 to send 8. And the Cranial Crush could be very impactful, actually. Like, going to 26 to be able to throw Cranial Crush, like, could matter here. I'm only playing Fatigue decks or Assassin. I mean, some people only like to play Fatigue, you know? No judgment. Play whatever makes you happy. 10 life up. Oh no, we are out of lifeline. My lobster is too buttery and my steak is too juicy. I mean, listen, there's a real chance that, like, the remembrance tech matters here, right? The remembrance tech could matter, I think. The mirror matches for this kind of deck are miserable, so I also love them to not be super popular. I'm sure. I get that. There is a reason. I mean, I told Annabelle we would play a game is the number one reason I left the fatigue, like the Jarl mirror earlier. Plus, like, Josh is a better Jarl player than me. So he probably has more tech for the mirror that I'm honestly just not ready for. I was going to keep the ice card to put channel into play, but there is like a 0% chance it is correct for. There is a 0% chance that it is correct for me to block with Midas Touch. Love to see Loot the Hold gone. Back alley break line was pitched, not off the top of the deck, so thought that was some sort of non-fatigue Dector decks. Crossover. Does this beat Verdance? It's a very, very close matchup, Matt. It's like, I wouldn't say like that we win a lot or we lose a lot. We have a game plan into the matchup, and sometimes you win and sometimes you lose those. You know, like that's how it be, fam. That's how it be. Sometimes you win those and sometimes you lose those. We will hold the Thunderquake in our hand because I want to be able to. I want to be able to, like, if there's a second whaler. I honestly don't remember if Annabelle's on 2 whalers or not, but I think it is a good hedge to play as if there are 2 whalers. So right now, I'm playing the game as if my opponent's on 3 scubas, 3 ley lines, 2 whalers, and a remembrance is the tech that I'm prepared for. Like, that is what I'm mentally going into this game prepared to play against. What was discarded? Was anything discarded? It doesn't look like it. just passing. I mean, that's fine. We're just going to use the Everblooming Life here in my hand. Put the Everblooming Life back. Overpitch. And then swing the hammer. I am going to go Shelter, then Midas Touch, because we just pitched a Midas Touch a minute ago. Love playing Jarl every time I feel soul-crushing myself. Was genuinely curious. Never played the matchup from either side. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? Like, they have, like, the Giga combo nonsense that can just, like, roll us at the end of the game, so we have to be aware of that. But there's also, like, a lot of... Like, we have 2 Poison the Wells in the sideboard. I mean... The reason for overpitching is to keep cycling through my deck. I want to keep cycling through my deck. I want to keep churning cards. I want to keep seeing more cards. I just want to keep grinding the cards through my deck. I mean, yeah, like, if, like, when, like, they're setting up like this and we draw into the Oakenold, we're just going to play it. It buys us a turn. And now, like, if we draw another ice card, we could, like, we have a lot of options here. We have a lot of really good options. Everblooming Life to gain a life. Play Channel Lake Frigid, have 1 floating. Actually, should we start by drawing a card? We can draw a card first, right? Yeah, this is great. So we're going to play both sides of Everblooming Life. We're going to go to 28. We're going to put Everblooming Life back into the deck. We're going to play Channel, give a Frostbite, and then we're going to attack for 3. And we're going to go Channel Fate Channel. Or I'm sorry, Channel Fate Crumble. And we're just going to make it really, really hard for Annabelle to kill us with this in play. Like, she has a lot of blues left in the deck, but Channel makes it very hard for her to utilize all the rum and go super wide here. Yeah, also being able to gain life off of Heart and, like, Everblooming Life is very, very impactful. And you got to pay for that if you want to use it, which is fine. Part of me's tempted to, like, just go upstairs for 8 and leave the Rigor Mortis in play. That feels so wrong. I don't know. Maybe it's correct. I just feel like we're supposed to continue to, like, we're not supposed to abandon the plan, right? Like, I don't think we're supposed to abandon the plan. I think we are just supposed to constantly kill the allies, keep them down. The only reason I'm considering it is because they're at 3. I agree. Don't greed. It could be correct. If we knew their pitch stack and a good player would, we could make that decision. But I have not counted their pitch stack to where I should be right now. But we're also in a situation where, like, we can take some life if we need to. And honestly, I'm holding out. I'm holding out life at this point for the big, like, prismatic ley lantern. The devil on your shoulder. Send it all upstairs. It's so true, Fabton. It's so true. It's so real, dog. Guys, thanks for being here and hanging out tonight. I appreciate you guys chilling. If you are new to the channel, you're here for the first time, like, follow, subscribe, all those buttons, they go a long way in helping me out. Mean a lot. I'd appreciate it. Also, if you're not in the Discord, ! Discord in the chat. We'd love to have you. We do all kinds of fun stuff. Like, there's currently, like, the number 1 chat being used right now in the Discord is the custom card theories. Somebody's working on an Ice Brute, which is pretty cool. If we have the ability to go Terra Sunder into Hammer, I will. 110%. Like, if they put an ally into play, like, if Annabelle doesn't have, like, her crazy turn here, okay, so it is the crazy turn. It's like the triple prismatic leyline turn. So this is block Terra Sunder channel and then use Terra Sunder for flexors here. And then whatever ally they put into play, we're going to hit the Midas Touch with it. We also have our Sink below if we need it, so... Time to find out if it was all worth it. Agreed. It is time to put this to the test. This has go again. They're going to hook this. I mean, yeah, hooking this makes sense. This is for 12. So I can block 1, 3, 7. I mean, we might as well just give up the arm piece as well, right? We are not going to pay because I would rather flexors here. And then we'll sink below. We're not going to sink. There are res left in our deck. And I don't want to get blown out by something. Am I only on red sinks? Yes, I am only on red sinks. And now Annabelle's about to remembrance all 3 copies of Prismatic Leyline back into the deck. I'm assuming it's Prismatic Leyline. You can't get your allies back, right? So, conk, conk, conk. Okay. Interesting. Well, I am not going to use Midas Touch. I'm going to use Tunic and Rampart to kill this. And then we're just going to pass. What allies are left in the bin? A Rigor Mortis. Hey, that might be their last ally. Do I think Leyline will get banned? Jesus. Probably not, Rob. I would be pretty baffled if it did. And yes, Katsu, I'm only on red sinks. If I didn't answer that, I apologize. But yes, I'm only on red sinks. Okay, so Sawbones. Just getting it into play. Sure. So we're going to play both sides of Everbloom in Life. We're going to put another copy of Everbloom in Life back into our deck. Go up to 23. We're going to overpitch killing this, and then we're going to Arsenal the Shelter. They have 2 more in the deck. Okay, so there's another one somewhere. Against all of their Conqueror of the High Seas, just Arsenaling the Shelter is the best thing we can do. Yeah, they're trying. Annabelle's trying to set up the conk turn here. Like, I'm assuming that Annabelle's trying to go like conk, conk, conk. Which would be pretty good. Use all of her gold tokens. Yeah, Annabelle will 100% cycle all over gold. The one game Annabelle won, she had like 11 gold in play against me. It was also the one game I never got Compass off the board. Most of my games have led me to believe that if you get Compass off the board, you can win the game. But yeah, Electrum, that's a very good call. Annabelle says she's 1 gold short. Curious to know what she's 1 gold short of. Compass is very good, Brendan. I agree. Oh, she's 1 gold short of going conk, conk, conk. Like, she's actually trying to go conk, conk, conk. Typically due to buy Midas Touch, but probably not necessary. No, I'm not on Remembrance. I'm not on Remembrance. I mean, we'll just block 6 and take 2. And then there's still a Rigor Mortis in the graveyard. Do we want to gain a life, or do we just want to attack? I mean, I feel like attacking is probably just better, right? Because it's threads or a card here. Like, we can loop Everbloom in lives later. I think attacking is probably better. The extra life I don't think is going to kill us. And if I throw this game away over 1 extra life versus attacking, I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight. Would be big Sag. She needed 1 more to be able to hit me with 3 conks. That's crazy. I mean, the 3rd conk would have put me to what, 12? Still wouldn't have been enough, but I'm just gonna pitch Heart here. Like, we might as well just play efficiently. There's no reason not to at this point. You were too high when she went for the conks. Yeah, that makes sense. We're gonna refresh here. I'm just gonna play the Faper scene. We play the Faper scene. Take 4 or fall to 16, and then just swing the hammer. And it's like I fearless back alley break line and something else. I'm pretty sure, or like the last 4 cards in her deck. I can't remember. I know she needs to refresh. Yeah. And then Faper scene. I mean, bottom top doesn't really matter. Terra Sunder ends the game though. I mean, I guess technically they could discard Fearless, but that's just cards out of their deck regardless. In theory, you only have 5 minutes left, right? I mean, games are 55 minutes. Assuming 5 minutes of shuffling. Yeah, Annabelle just conceded instead of going back and played it, instead of playing that out. So we had a 46-minute game. And I think things take longer on Talishar personally than faster. So, I mean, I feel like we probably would have had about, yeah, if you include shuffling and sideboarding, we have 55 total minutes, right? I pitched Midas Touch 4 times and played it once. Let's look at the order of cards that I played. Everbloom in Life 5 times. The card's so toxic. I played Command and Conquer twice. It's a little surprising. You'll notice that we only played, where's it at? Oh, we didn't play Crumble to Eternity any times. We played Imposing Visage one time, wherever it's at. Yeah, we played Imposing Visage once, and we played the Frozen to Death once, which, yeah. I think the game would have been fine on time. Like if that had been in paper, I think we would have been absolutely fine there. Let's see. We did get a win. Got Compass on turn 5 and was able to block and keep life up enough to withhold late game surge. Remembrance got triple conk, 1 gold short of throwing all 3 at me. Would have ended at 8. All right. We beat a Fang and we beat a Gravy. So again, deck looking pretty good tonight. Everything's kind of like coming together right now. I think that's Josh and them just started. Josh and Taylor probably just started their stream. For anybody who does not know, the card guys are streaming here in about 5 minutes. Oh, Taylor's actually in the chat. Yo, Taylor, what's up, dude? Let's see, they're streaming here in about 5 or 10 minutes or something like that. They are going to be playing Marlin tonight. So if you are Marlin gamers, make sure you check that out. The Taylor Crawford will be on stream tonight. Annabelle, you are not trash at all. Everbloom was a mistake. Agree. I don't think we'll see a ban, but yes, I do agree that like Everbloom is not okay. Everbloom is a problematic card that I think needs to go, which makes me sad because I just bought foils. But as somebody who plays the game and understands like that cards have issues, I am like 110% in agreement. Does anybody hanging out want to play Verdance into me? And I asked because like a lot of people have asked about like the Verdance matchup and what it looks like, and that seems like a matchup that would be beneficial to test on stream while we're here, so you guys can see how I like to play that. Shouldn't have been to name same text. Yeah. Everbloom is heal one drone. That's hilarious. Okay, Annabelle said she'll play Verdance into me. Let's do it. Heck yeah. Annabelle, I appreciate that a whole bunch. Let me send you the game really quick. Oh, that's right. I just sent you the game like just a minute ago. So you've still got it. That's why. That's why your name was the first one to pop up. That is why your name was the first one to pop up. While we are waiting on Annabelle to join, if you have not checked it out yet, make sure you check out the Codex Journal! Codex in the chat. Make sure you check that out. I've got my own personal custom one you can buy, or you can buy one that is. Excuse me. Hang on. I got to pick first or second against Annabelle really quick. Against Verdance, we go for first. Yeah, make sure you check that out. Codex Journal is a great way to track your games, keep up with things, help yourself improve. Exclamation point Codex in the chat, and use code AgriBlaze96 to save 10% at checkout. Okay. I got to pull up the Verdance game plan over here off to the side really quick. All right, so against Verdance, we are on Sledge. We're on Heart of Ice. We're on AB3 and Coronet Peak, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And then in the deck, we're on a clean 60 in this matchup. We're not on Amulet of Echoes. We are not on Staunch Response. We're actually off E-Strikes as well because we're not trying to attack them at all. If we can help it, we don't want to let them decompose by us attacking them. And then we are supposed to bring in Poison the Wells and one more card. What is the other card? Oh, Righteous Cleansing. We're supposed to bring in Poison the Wells and Righteous Cleansing, and we're just going to play a straight 60. And we're not going to swing Sledge unless we like have to. We're just trying to stay. We're going to Coronet Peak them, and then we're going to play. Actually, do I want to let them filter? No, I do not. I'm going to target myself, and I am going to pay 1, and then I'm going to gain 3 life and pass. I think that 0 changes in CC is actually correct. Personally, I think that 0 changes, like no CC changes, would be good before the end of PQ season. Then yeah, you should grab them. If no rush till after Philly, then wait till BNR. That's fair. That makes sense. This is pretty good to attack with because we're not giving them the option to decompose. So we're just going to go ahead and pitch this. Actually, I don't want to pitch that card. I want to pitch the Thunderquake and leave the channel in my hand. And then we're not letting them decompose by attacking them here. Now, it is pretty easy for them to add more Earth cards to their graveyard, which is a small concern, but getting Stonewall Gauntlet pretty early here. Little surprising. And do now have the ability to decompose on their turn if they would like to. Are they going to... We're going to pitch the channel. And then it's going to be Imposing Visage. We're going to go get Crumble. We're going to target Stormstriders, and we're going to pass. Taking Stormstriders off the board is just a good plan. Like if worse comes to worse, like just having it off the board is fine. I think this is fine. Do I want to run out Channel just to give them a Frostbite? Oh, LL definitely needs changes. I would love to draw into a Rolling Fissure so we can get this thing off the board. That would be a phenomenal place to be at right now. We're going to Coronet Peak, target ourselves, and then I'm just going to let this get discarded so we can filter through our deck. I don't know if this is maybe a little bit too aggressive here. Annabelle's enabled to chat. Let's see what happens here. Yes, they should 100% make changes to LL. Annabelle just asked if I am just never going to attack her. And I'm telling her that I'm not going to attack her because I literally just need to be on as much. I need to take off her decompose as much as possible. And LL is cool because all the rune blades are unique. If you don't like that, all rune blades and Starvos, then we need big changes. I mean, yeah. Which is exactly how I feel about it. I just think the meta is very unhealthy. I'm not a fan of. I'm just not a fan of the meta. Not a fan of the LL meta. Okay. So we're just going to give up shelter and sink. And I'm going to sink the poison the well. We're going to activate Heart of Ice, and then we're just going to throw Command and Conquer. You just Coronet Peak yourself? Am I missing something? I did Coronet Peak myself, 100%. I'm trying to give Annabelle as little chance as possible to filter. I mean, maybe I'm not even supposed to throw CNC because Annabelle's just going to cycle away her arsenal now, which is clearly a defense reaction. I'm going to pitch Channel Mount Eisen to play Pulse. And then we're going to give Annabelle Frostbite, which hopefully slows her down a little bit. I don't think there's a world where I don't actually think there's a good world where LL turns out to be this super fun format. I just don't know if that's a possibility. Unfortunately, with the way it's designed. We're going to pitch Fiddler's Green. I mean, I honestly, and I said this on breakpoints, and I meant this very sincerely. They're gonna have to start with just ban Starvo. I think that's a popular player opinion and unpopular opinion for LSS. Oh, actually, that's insane. Actually, that's just insane, right? So we get to play both sides of this, and then I can discard this. I didn't even realize that I could gain life. I wasn't even thinking about that. That's actually insane. Nope. And we'll just go to 42. Good call. Thank you, Tom. Silver Age is going to be fun. That I very strongly agree with. I'm very, very hopeful that Silver Age will be fun. So that's the coolest new way for us to discard Fiddler screens and gain life. I mean, we're basically just trying to be as high life total as we can. And then we're just going to try and jam Poison the Well in front of these healing potions. That is the game plan. Foul Show. All right, so Annabelle wants to decompose differently. Oh, sure, she's gaining a life. Okay, I see. They're trying to make basically LL into Legacy. Yeah, no, Taylor summed it up very, very well that the interaction points are just not there the way we need them to be. It's a very, very accurate statement, in my opinion. The interaction points are just not there the way we need them to be. I would like to keep the Frozen to Death so that we can get the Storm Striders off the board. I don't really think Storm Striders matters a ton, but I still think it's like just better to have. I don't know that banning Starvo does much other than make aggro decks better than it already is. If you ban Starvo, you can unrestrict things like Crown of Seeds and Somersault. And then from there, you have the ability to be able to like do things in a different light. This is going to be a lot, but I think we're just going to have to pitch these two. I need Tunic for this, right? Frozen to Death would be good, but getting the ring off the board is probably more important, right? Yeah, that makes sense. We're just going to Arsenal the Rolling Fisher, and I'm going to attempt to, what does it mean that the interactions aren't there? I think that, wow. I think that LL lacks, so like when we talk about Magic, like here's the way that Taylor described it. In the legacy format of Magic, you have the ability to be able to play these cool things like Daze, Force of Will, Spell Pierce. You don't have enough interaction pieces like that in Flesh and Blood like you do in Magic. And I think that's ultimately the point that Taylor was going for. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, wait. I forget I can AB3 this. I don't think it matters, right? Like Annabelle's responding to this. Yeah, you're good. Go ahead. Okay. Annabelle says she's thinking. But curious if you've tried the Fatigue Pleiades at all. I have not tried that. I have not tried that. I mean, unfortunately, this is just not great for us. I mean, sure. Let me gain a life first. I guess it doesn't really matter. We're drawing into a lot of like very awkward red hands that are just not doing a lot, unfortunately. I mean, I'd love to just be able to like draw into something impactful. Like, I just want to be able to play this to get the ring off the board. Because once Annabelle has her hero ability turned on, it's extra pings. And getting rid of the ring can be pretty important for their combo turn. Also, I'm on AB4 with Lantern. I don't hate the idea of AB4 to be able to block taller things. I don't hate that idea at all. Mostly just hungry for more in the Cries of Encore loop. I mean, I have played games where I've like been able to do the Cries of Encore loop pretty successfully. And like it's cool. I don't know. It's just not everything I wanted it to be. As KO, I was able to beat them. Like I'm at a point right now where like I think if you're playing Fatigue and it's not Jarl, I kind of feel like you're just not playing Fatigue to win. Like I don't think Fatigue Victor, I don't think Fatigue Pleiades, I don't think that I don't think Fatigue like Pleiades or Victor or like even Huntsman have like the capability. Interesting. To be able to like really do what needs to be done. Listen, I don't think you're beating Gravy. It's unpopular, but I don't think you're beating Gravy. I have an unpopular take when it comes to that, but I just don't think you're beating Gravy playing that deck. I mean, I don't know. We'll pay 2, and that takes. We get that off the board. Okay, that's pretty good. Fatigue Lovassen. Jarl is the only deck that can beat Gravy. I agree. I think Jarl is the only deck that can beat Gravy, and that's why I like it as much as I do. It is worth noting that like having Skullcap here would just be insane. Just gonna go to 18 and Arsenal this. The trees are making this increasingly more difficult. Huntsman can absolutely beat Gravy. I mean, like in what world? Like, sure, Victor can beat Gravy. It doesn't, but it can. And I think that's the cope that everybody's living on right now. Like, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, I just, I just, I think it's cope. I don't think it's real. I don't like Drew. Tell me how that's real. Like, honestly, I'm being dead serious. Like, tell me how that's real, and I'm here to listen to it. I think this is blocked with Coronet Peak in case they have like a felling or something. I mean, yeah. Jarl appears to be the only fatigue deck that can beat Gravy for my testing so far. I don't know. Maybe Worlds will prove me wrong. Agree with what Brendan and what Rose said. Like, man, these trees are just crazy. The trees might have brought enough room for her to win this game. Are we supposed to send like Righteous Cleansing? Like, is that something we are actually supposed to do? Or maybe we're just supposed to do this and pass? Tall damage and tree is a problem. Let's see. We've seen 2 light up the leaves. We've seen all 3 burn bears. I'm sorry, we've seen all 3 light up the leaves. So, like, without another big combo turn, I don't know how they beat us from here. Their life total doesn't really matter. Their life total doesn't really matter. Third tree might get us. Third tree with the 2 potions left that are left in the deck to like combo us could get them there. That could be bad enough for us. Make a change to the meta with the BNR. I think LL has a change. Yeah, I think that I think LL is going to get a change. I haven't seen a way for them to get light up the leaves back. They've played at least 1 pulsing ether. Yeah, so this is the last pulsing ether, and there are 0 tall arcane spells after this. So it's like literally whatever nonsense they can do with tree. The tree has hurt this matchup quite a bit. The trees have hurt this matchup quite a bit. We're going to pitch the Everbloom in life if they start pinging us. No. Passed on the ping. Oh, they do have a way to put healing potions back in their deck? So the Everbloom and Lives are going to let them put back in? So maybe we have lost this game. Maybe trees just made this matchup bad. There's what? 1 more sigil? No, there's no more sigils, but there's 1 more Fiddler's Green. And we do have a Poison the Well to like try and shut down the other like combo turn. I'm going to take 2 here in case it's felling. We get more value by blocking the felling. And Annabelle gains a life, goes to 52. We block this out. And then that's the last tree they have as well. So they're now out of tall arcane and trees. Put the Thunderquake on the bottom and play both of our D reacts. The potions are actions. If that's what you're asking, like these are actions, if that's what you mean. Put this on the bottom. Sink below, not sink, and then pass. Stay up. We're just going to Arsenal Poison the Well. We're also coming around to like second cycle hands that are like going to start becoming awkward for Annabelle because she's going to have to start. She's going to have to start like drawing into those defense reactions she has. Playing this Poison the Well out on Everbloom also keeps them from looping them. So there's 3 in their deck right now, right? Like there's three potions left in their deck. The 2 they popped and then the 2 left in their deck. They put 1 back in. So happy I'm catching this live. I mean, I'm glad that we got a chance to play a game against Verdance live. Like I haven't before, and this game is not going well at all. This game has gone very, very poorly. Like this has gone much worse than the other Verdance games that I've played. We're gonna take 4 down to 6. Okay. Do I want to Arsenal Terrace under? Like, do we want to run the Terrace under out and try to make this happen? Like, maybe it's worth it at this point in the game to start trying and attacking. I don't know. Barkskin. I mean, if you have like a 3 block in hand, you block 6. I think we have all of the Terrace Unders still left in our deck. I'm pretty sure we do. I don't know that we'll get discard, right? Because if there's a defense reaction in Annabelle's arsenal, we might not get discard. We did get discard. Huh. Discards Carapace and Tilling. I mean, taking cards out of her deck is fine with me. We literally saw all 3 copies of this earlier. I genuinely have no idea how she got this back in her deck. We're gonna put Everbloom in Life back in our deck. We're gonna pitch this to activate this just in case. Yeah, but Everbloom got a potion. She's played 1 Everbloom and she put the potion back in her deck, right? Like I'm just gonna sort because I don't feel like spending the time on this. Yeah, there's 1 Everbloom over here. There's 1. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, what? Did I ever bloom hers back? LOL. Yeah, my bad, guys. This is one of those times when like the Talishar UI is not always like 100% clear on like what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, because it's red up there. It sure is. I thought it was weird that I had 2 out of my deck. Okay. So we're gonna leave this copy of Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it back. It's gonna be Oakenold and Commanding. No, we're gonna go Oakenold and Terrace Under. And we are gonna try and Arsenal and Oakenold now so that we can set up to try and like get the value. So that we can like try to get the value. Maybe not. Maybe we're gonna block. We could block blue and sink below and take 1. We take 1 to gain 1. I mean, I guess we have to put the Everbloom in Life back on the bottom. We don't really have another choice. Hey, Vegeta, what's up, buddy? I enjoy Jarl, and I think it's in a good spot in the meta right now, which I think is an unpopular opinion, but I think it's becoming more popular. I mean, I don't think there's a way for me to die at instant speed. I don't think. I am now 6-1 or 7-1 into gravy. I don't remember which it is. I have very good percentages into gravy right now. Um, but this is like my second game against Verdance that I played, and it's seeming to be more of a struggle. I think this is fine. Just trying to get aggressive here. I mean, if there's a defense reaction in Arsenal, maybe not really. This is really possible to win at this point. I have no idea, Zero. We're about to find out together. We are about to find out together. How's this deck doing to Syndra? I'd have to look. I've won more games than I've lost against Syndra. I don't exactly know what my numbers are, but I have won more games than I have lost against Syndra. Yo, are we about to have to block with Heart of Ice? That's not good. Wow, that is very unfortunate. Yikes. I mean, Verdant's equipment being gone is not really the relevant tipping point of us winning this game, to be honest, but now we're at a point where I think we're just sending everything. I think we can leave the channel in hand. I think it's fine. I don't really like Poison the Well as a card. I think it's your only option against this deck as a way to win. Like, I think that's the sad reality, is that it's your only chance to beat this deck. We're going to play both sides of Everbloom in life, going back to 6. We're going to put we'll put Crumble back. It's easier to fuse. Give Annabelle Frostbite, put Channel into play, attack with Hammer. Is there a world? Can you Roiling Fisher the tree? So maybe I need to try and Arsenal that more early game. Maybe that's like a better line. I don't know. We cannot tear us under and do the whole thing here, so we're just going to throw 8. I don't really think this matters. I don't think Annabelle cares about taking 8 here. Poison the Well seems like it's the only way to play versus this version of Verdance. I agree. Like, I understand what Dave's saying, that it feels too risky, but I think we are playing a deck that, like, we don't get that option. We don't get the joy of picking what feels good and what feels bad to us. I just do not think that is, like, viable. I just do not think that is a choice we get here. So being able to use Rolling Fisher on Tree saves us 6 to 9 points of damage. I mean, so... And also, like, the original version of this deck I saw was on Skullcap in this matchup. So that they were on, like, AB6 when you were lower life, which it appears you are most of the game. Yellow Root on Carapace? Okay. We are indeed in danger. We are doing everything we can to just block and gain life here. This could be the turn that Annabelle wants to go for it. No, she decides this is not the turn she wants to go for it. Does keeping heart in our hand really do anything? Like, we don't have an outlet to pitch heart anymore. I think we just have to play both sides of Everbloom in life. We could pitch to swing the hammer and then gain a life off of heart, but I would rather keep the heart in my hand so that I can pitch to gain life off of it. Heart puts us to 9. If there's another heartbeat after this is pretty bad for us. Yeah. Being able to stack the heartbeat might do it. In fact, I'm almost sure it does. We get Crown of Seeds back in CNC? I highly doubt it. Oh my god. Well, never mind. There's 0% chance we live through this nonsense. I have to go back and watch this game and see where I went wrong. Like, what I could have done better. Because this is by far the worst this has felt so far. Like, this is like my second or third time I've played into this. And that's the worst it's felt. By far. That is the worst that it has felt. And it's not even close. Yeah, that's one of those games I'm gonna have to lay back and I'm gonna have to watch back tonight when I'm laying in bed. I'm reviewing games and thinking about stuff. Verdance, we did go first. We lost. Tree felt super bad for us. Skullcap would have been thebomb.com. Let's not actually type that out. Let's see. Skullcap would have been the bomb for AB6. Multiple hands that would have been relevant. I don't know if we win that game if we have AB6 to pitch blues, but it's very possible that we have a chance to win that game. Let's see. All 3 trees got 2 counters on them, which means there was 3 turns of tree use on all 3 of them. So we saw 9 turns of AMP 3. We were on AB3. Everbloom let Op get a potion back to set. Let them get potion back. Op had mini combo early with 2 potions, and then final combo with 3 potions. All right. Well, that game gave me a lot to think about, and I feel like gave me a lot to work on. So that gave me a lot to take away from the evening, as far as how everything felt. I still think the deck is in a really good spot. As Tom mentioned, Oasis Respites would have been really good in this matchup. I don't know where to make room for them. The first thing that that matchup makes me think about making room for is definitely going to be Skullcap. Skullcap would have been insane. Skullcap would have been insane. What the deck's designed to do, if they're not getting 2 counters, the Verdance is going to be in trouble. I mean, sure. No. I'm not complaining. I'm stating things that happened during the game so that I have them for notes so that I can remember that. That was not me complaining in any capacity. So yeah, I mean, we beat a gravy. We beat a I can't remember what we beat to start the stream. A Fang. We beat a Fang, we beat a gravy, and then we lost to a Verdance in a pretty what I would say was a blowout fashion. The game looked close for a while, but the game was not close in any capacity. So yeah, I definitely need some work on that matchup on how I'm playing the matchup, what it looks like, how to move forward, and things like that. So definitely need some reps in that matchup. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys chilling while we played Yorl tonight. Don't forget, the card guys are streaming right now. I think they went live at 8 o'clock, so about 30 minutes ago. They are playing Marlin right now. So if you like Taylor and Josh, go hang out. Josh is learning to play Marlin right now. And Taylor is possibly the world's worst coach. I mean that respectfully. So go check that out. It should be a lot of fun. Really appreciate you guys being here and hanging out. Remember, if you're new, like, follow, subscribe, all those free buttons. It means a lot. No stream tomorrow. We have a recap video coming tomorrow talking about week 5, where we're at in our Road to Worlds testing, and the decks that I'm talking about and like where I'm playing, what I'm doing. So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. And I'll be back on Thursday with some more games. Take it easy, guys.